we'll go on to the principal's report.
Good evening, board members. Here's my principal's report and how we're winning every week at RB. In the month of June, Dr. Skinkis, our superintendent, and I welcomed all stakeholders to participate in a forum and reflection about race and equity. Thank you to all those that engaged in the dialogue. Our goal was to provide stakeholders an opportunity to share what's on their mind, reflect on local practice as it relates to race and equity, and more importantly, co-create solutions for the safety and inclusion of our Black students and our entire student body. I'm going to share a little bit of the executive summary results. We actually held 3 forums in the month of June, one for students, one for staff, and one for parents. For the students, these were the items that were important to them and their recommendations. The students recommended implicit bias training for all staff members, to provide opportunities for Black parents and students to speak about their culture to the staff, addressing the N-word when it happens at the school, the inclusion of more Black authors in English classes and successful Black leaders in every subject area, building and promoting on cultural events such as Black History Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, and inviting possibly Black leaders to speak, and inviting possibly historically Black colleges to speak as well. And what was really important to the students and to our union is that Black Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter to us. For the parents, they recommended starting a diversity and inclusion committee. They recommended including our law enforcement partners in future conversations about race and equity. They recommended the hiring of qualified Black and brown candidates and the inclusion of successful Black people in our curriculum. And for the staff shared their openness to implicit bias training. They shared their openness to listen to Black and brown students speak about what's important to them. Staff shared their openness to add to the curriculum to be more inclusive of Black and brown influencers. And the staff shared that recruiting Black and brown students for AP classes is very important. So that was the executive summary of each group for our race and equity forums. Also, the remote learning survey results, which will address some of the COVID-19 plan that we addressed. We know that fourth quarter wasn't ideal. Even though we had a plan and most teachers practiced honorably, and I say they did a good job. But of course, we believe in continuous growth and improvement. The survey had 351 responses, 27% students, 67% parents, 7% teachers. And the survey asked 3 questions about remote learning this past fourth quarter. The first question was, what went well during remote learning? And I just tried to pick just 3 themes from the survey. Flexible teaching and learning time went well, communication between staff, admin, teachers, and students, and that we are a one-to-one school, one of our strengths. What would be improvement? They want more daily interaction between students and teachers, either in person or via Zoom or Google Meets. They want a set schedule, for the students to meet their teachers. Another theme that came out from there was the equitable delivery of assignments. Right? Some teachers gave a little more, some teachers gave a little less. So what is fair for students to do during this global pandemic? Online expectations. This may have been the first time that many of our students were in online learning every day. So how do you learn in an online setting? What is proper etiquette? What is proper interactions? That was important. And then grading. We know we received direction from the state, but clear grading guidelines and feedback was also important. And then some general comments from the responders. Some students were fine. Some students were overwhelmed. Some students need to be back in school, even if it's in a limited basis. And then consistent communication. Though some people communicated well, communication could have always been improved. So those were some of the key items that I present today that came from our remote learning survey. This is also a census year, Census 2020. Please complete the census form. For more information, it's still on our website, so click on Census 2020. And here's some data about the response rate. Currently, right now, as of July 14th, according to the census2020.gov website, Brookfield is at 64.3%, Riverside is at 77.2%. But I couldn't find anything on the national website for North Riverside or LaGrange Park or some of our other communities. So I did not pick any choices. I went to the national website, census2020.gov. So those are some of the numbers that I was able to address today and find. Freshman orientation. We are excited to welcome the class of 2024 on Wednesday, August 12th for our annual freshman orientation. On August 12th, we asked our freshmen to report to the Canale Athletic Complex at their designated time, the field house in case there is rain. Upon arrival, our student association will separate students into groups of 4 and no more than 25 students per group. We ask our students to wear a mask or face covering the entire length of orientation. Students who have a fever of 100.3 or higher or exhibiting related COVID symptoms are asked to please stay home. Following the orientation, students should immediately leave campus. To maintain proper social distancing, students will not be allowed to group up or congregate in the building or within outside areas. Parents should refer to the email sent on July 10th in regard to reporting times, which are divided by last names. And guys, please remember, wearing masks is very important. We ask that you wear so you can keep us all safe. Residency. The residency portal is open. We ask our parents and guardians to please visit the following website, www.verify.rbhs208.net, to upload the residency documents. Family need to submit the documents in the following category. Category A, driver's license or ID with current address. Category B, a recent tax bill, mortgage statement, or current lease that runs into the school year. And category C, 3 documents needed for any of the following: gas, electric bill, water bill, phone bill, bank statement. Bills must be dated June or July of this year. Once we receive your your documents have been submitted, the office will review your information. If approved, families will receive an email with a link to sign up for the in-person residency event. Those days will be August 3rd through the 7th. During the in-person event, families will receive student schedules, take ID pictures, freshman Chromebook pickups, and receive their fee statements. If a family is not verified and does not receive a confirmation email, the office will not, and the office is not able to verify the residence document, we will need further information. Only families that have been verified can proceed with the in-person event. And remember, families, if you guys have any questions about your status, just give us a call, shoot us an email, and we'll let you know about your status. Families are asked to submit the residency documents by July 24th. Parking passes will be awarded to our junior and senior students who previously applied online. Space is limited and spots will be approved based on graduating class, distance from campus, and involvement. Approval emails will go out the week of July 20th. Only students who receive an approval email will be allowed to purchase their pass at the in-person residency event. Athletics. Our camps began on July 7th and they're off to a positive start. Our coaching staff, under the leadership of Mr. Curtin, our AP of Athletics, have been following all of the IHSA Return to Play Phase 4 guidelines for safe student participation in our summer camp activities. In these changing times, it is great to see students wearing their masks, entering the building, and really enjoying what they love to do. But remember, the safety of our students remains our number one priority, and if anything changes, we'll make sure we inform the community the minute that happens. And parents, remember, if for some reason you're not comfortable sending your kid to the camp, as a parent, you could always have your kid stay home. But just remember, our coaches and our admin are enforcing the Return to Play Phase 4 guidelines. And so far, cross our fingers, things have been working out very well. Just a brief blurb about our general activities. Our band teacher, Mr. Baum, has been facilitating online new member orientation for band members. I've had the pleasure to participate, and they're working out great. He's been posting band techniques videos online and have students, kind of practice in their own safe space. And they've practiced some formation outside without any instrument because we know that, right, COVID-19 is airborne and that could present a problem if students are playing their instruments and all those things. But they are working very hard in preparation, hopefully, to be able to march, on our field come August. And that concludes my principal's report.